I want to touch on as well, like you had brought this up a little bit earlier about dealing with negativity, dealing with critical feedback, criticism online. Like as your platform, as your audience starts to grow, now you're not only just dealing with like people who are fans of your content. Like again, we were talking about there are people who disagree with some of your opinions that show up. What are there any practices or tools or anything like that you try to implement or use to kind of manage your emotions when you see somebody reacting to you in a negative way?
Well, I think I've gotten a little bit better at this over the years, John. But like one of the things that helps me when I wake up in the morning, right when I wake up, I am like my worst self. I am not a morning person. I need my coffee before you talk to me because I'm bad. It's bad, And so I've just thought like over the past few years as I've made these videos, typically I release them in the morning. I schedule them to be released in the morning. And so like the first thing I do when I wake up is I look at the comments. And the probability that I'm going to fire back on someone with a freaking flamethrower in the comments is quite high in the morning. So, knowing this bit of information, I tend to like stop myself and be like, Tom, it's just you're in a bad mood because it's the morning. Go have something to eat. That person didn't mean anything by that, like put your flamethrower away now. And so, I started to like realize like certain things about myself that I think this might be good for people to hear. It's like just try like if you ever find yourself, I mean, we're all not perfect. If you ever find yourself like engaging with people in your comment section or with negativity too much, try to think about like the environment or the time or like what you were doing when you started to engage in that, and try to like steer yourself clear of anything anything like that. So like Benjamin Franklin, one of my favorite people ever, he has this quote: if your head is wax, don't walk in the sun. So meaning, for alcoholics, right? Like if your head is wax, don't walk in the sun. If you're an alcoholic, don't drive anywhere near a freaking bar, like stay away from the things that are weaknesses for you, and that will help. And so I try to do that with like with negative comments and stuff like that. But yeah, John, I mean, it's just hard for me still. It really is. It's still really hard for me when you pour yourself into the videos so much, and it's the same people saying the same things, taking the same stances, and you see all the same people in the comments and stuff. But I think recently I've tried to just really think about like, what would my comment look like if it had empathy attached to it? Like, I gotta read their comment a couple times, and then if I'm angry and I start to write something, write the comment and then put the phone on the freaking table, and then come back 5 minutes later and pick it up and read it and say, do I really want to publish this? Do I really want to comment this? And if you don't, then change it, and I always change it when I do that. I always make it less barbed wire, more softened on the edges, more, just more presentable, and hopefully something that won't make that other person angry as well. And so, yeah, take all that stuff into consideration, I would say, if you're a creator and you deal with negativity sometimes. Those two things sort of really help me out.
Yeah, giving yourself some space to just breathe and let it marinate for a little bit. And then as your emotions kind of settle, then you can look back at what you may have written or drafted up and say, I got to change that. I mean, I imagine like that's what you do as a writer, right? You're like constantly rewriting, editing, looking back at what you've created and saying, oh, wait, no, that's not the point that I was trying to make here. I have to rethink that or reimagine that in a different sense.
Yeah, well, and I also think that like even like if you need to, I'm a very sensitive person. I am. I'm a sensitive person. I think I'll always be a sensitive person, unless I try to go to talk to somebody about this, like seeking like a counselor, like talking to somebody at length about these sorts of things and having someone talk to you to sort of help you navigate why you might be reacting in a certain way could probably help as well. Like, everybody in my family sees some sort of a counselor, and they said it's like the greatest decision they ever made. And I have yet to do that. And so I think that could be like a really cool thing to do as well. Just like find someone to talk to, and, that could really be helpful to sort of, I think I have a lot of like, just like unsolved things that, like, I don't know, weaknesses. Like I don't like, weirdly enough, like a lack of confidence in myself sometimes, like social anxiety, you know, sensitivity and pride. And so I would love to maybe try to quell those things one day, and those certainly contribute. And I bet that talking to somebody would help me with that. So yeah, I definitely want to like urge people to maybe look into that as well. And there's no shame in talking to somebody. We all got problems. One of my favorite movies is Silver Linings Playbook. It's a great movie, and it's about mental health. And really, I think the main point of that movie is that we all have something that we're dealing with. We all have some mental thing that we're dealing with, whether that's anxiety or depression or sensitivity or pride or something like that. And I love that movie because, it sort of talks about how, we all have these things, and it's not taboo. It shouldn't be taboo to talk about mental health and stuff. So yeah, I'll get off my soapbox.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching this excerpt of the Videocraft Show presented by Video Husky. If you're a content creator that struggles to organize scripture ideas for your videos, I've got a resource for you. You can get a copy of our free script template. Using it can help you structure your videos and save you hours of time from filming in the process. To get it, all you have to do is just scroll down on this video, find the link in the description, and subscribe to our email list. From there, it'll get delivered straight to your inbox right after you sign up. And by the way, if you're enjoying these videos, can you do us just a quick favor and hit the like button before you go? And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel too, to stay up to date with all the content that we're creating here on this channel. And finally, be sure to tune into the Videocraft Show presented by Video Husky on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you get your podcasts. We've got links in the description down below. If you want to watch or listen to the full episode, just tap the video right next to me over here, and that'll take you to the entire episode in which this excerpt is from. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.